Yep. We picked it up. Let's do 10 seconds of silence real quick. Thanks. Well done.
Moment of silence for our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fair.
I'm just leaning into it.
No, I have to admit,
really fast.
Vines make me feel old too. Like,
really?
Just the concept.
I just don't get the fucking point.
Like 6-second videos, just like the very concept irritates me. To be honest.
I agree.
I know that says more about me than it says about Vines, but
yeah,
I've never watched a Vine, to be honest, and I don't have any interest in doing.
I'm sure. I bet you have, but you just didn't know it.
Sure, maybe that had been converted into a GIF or something.
Yeah,
but like
two had the souls of 80-year-olds.
Yeah,
it's working
out. At some point, you just get the world passes you by. At some point,
I think social media is something that I just don't care enough about. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll use Twitter and Facebook, and then I'll check Instagram every once in a while because my sister's on it. But like, otherwise, like, it's really, really sporadic. Mm-hmm. And like, I try to only post things that are like about my life. Like, I want people to know about this thing because I'm only friends with people on Facebook that I actually like. Mm-hmm. It's like less than 100 people. And I'm not sure I even like all of those people. So yeah, I don't know. I try and use it like sparingly. But I use Twitter just as like, I don't know, verbal like diarrhea. I just like tweet whatever the fuck comes into my head.
Verbal diarrhea.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah, seriously. Follow me on Twitter. You'll get so much information about my life and things I think and offensive things. You'll probably be offended. I don't care. It's Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, I'm offended, but
Vines, I'm just like, is it an app? What do I do with it? How does it work? I don't care. Don't tell me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you just can't keep up with everything, and Vine was something I just chose to be on the list of things I don't keep up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, even Twitter I tried, and even that, like, I just felt like it didn't quite click. Snapchat still just makes zero sense to me. Like, I just do not understand it. I've used it, and I still just don't get it. Like, I don't know. Like, but I also have stopped using Facebook. Like, yeah, I just don't. I'm just not interested in social media anymore, to be honest. Okay. And that comes from someone that like grew up and spent as much time on the internet as he could. Like, as soon as we had access to internet at home, like I spent hours on the internet and used Facebook plenty and stuff. And I would like spend hours on Wikipedia and like all sorts of like obscure, random, like low budget sites. I was all over the place on the internet, but now I just never use it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have internet for a year and a half at my apartment, and I literally just got over it. And I had so many video games and DVDs and things that I just kept myself busy. And yeah, there's certain things about it that I like. And I'll, like, nowadays on my phone, I'll still end up, like, going to, like, one or two subreddits and stuff that I like. Mm-hmm. But
it's not like we're 100 and just don't know how to use it. It's just it's just it's just like I'm just not interested in using 8 different platforms for social media.
Like, things like Vine and Snapchat just, like, I think are just clearly aimed at like a younger audience than me. Like, it's just straight up like not for me. Like, they didn't make it for me.
Caleb's an old soul.
I mean, like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's like Snapchat was not made for me. This idea that your pictures would just delete instantly just does not click with my brain. Mm-hmm. And like,
it doesn't.
Unless it's just straight up purely for sending like nudes and for teenagers. If that's like the main conceit, then okay, I get it. But like,
then the app should just be called nudes.
Yeah.
Send your nudes.
Snap tits. But like, no one's coming out and just saying that that's what it is. So
yeah.
Dick snapped.
And like Vines too, like I'm at a point where like I can't.
Dick chat.
I can barely go through like YouTube anymore, and I used to spend hours on YouTube, but now like it just like tires me out the second I like think of it.
Yeah.
And like Vine just sounds like worse. It's like it is getting older. It's like eventually you get old enough to where you straight up can't like go on roller coasters anymore. Like your body can't, your inner ear can't handle it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of the same idea where it's like I just mentally I can't keep up with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I can still like sit down and like binge watch a Netflix show, but like the idea of just like that ADHD kind of like flashes of shit just constantly, just like I just can't get much out of it. I don't know.
I agree. Also, I'm Beth.
I'm Caleb.
And I'm Zach.
And we're the three people that just said our names.
Yeah.
Woo! Anyway.
All right.
This is After Hours.
Town Square After Hours. Welcome back.
Welcome After Hours.
We're gonna
This is
get you through your lonely evening in the cold rain. We're thinking about you, Timmy. We're gonna play this next one. Is for you. Here we go. Roll the track. Zach, take it away.
This will be winter by the time this comes out.
I know, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's winter.
Are we releasing these?
Everybody stay inside. It's cold. And this is part of Town Square where 2 employees and 1 non-employee.
Really?
Boo!
Yeah, boo.
You suck.
You gave me a discount, all right?
I know,
What
I
the
did.
fuck?
You can't tell everybody
We're
that.
specifically supposed to charge him extra now. Steve said.
So did Paige.
Really?
Oh my
Yeah, this
God.
morning.
She
Yeah.
gave you your discount?
Yeah. It's nice.
Because we're
She
nice
gave
people.
you a discount?
It's like maybe $1. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's like 75 cents.
We're supposed to
depending on what he gets.
punish Zach now.
Right. Anyway, so we're punishing Zach and
Deb's
shaming
trying to
him.
do that.
And
Yes.
anyway, but we're still doing this. Part of the shop where a bunch of people get together and talk about unrelated coffee things.
Yeah, we've surpassed the shop at this point.
We are on a different plane
Yeah.
from the shop.
They sell
Different
they
dimension.
sell hot liquid things.
Right. And we're like
We're changing lives.
ghost hunters.
We're changing America one podcast listener at a time.
It is slow going and we are committed.
It's a fucking slog. We hate it, but we do it for you, America.
You're welcome.
No.
Make
All right, so let's get
America
right
great
into
again.
Yeah, let's get right into the gritty good stuff. Let's talk about politics and Trump.
I don't want to.
I feel like
Kanye West was losing his mind at a college the other day.
When is Kanye West not losing his mind?
I just want to say
I'm gonna let you finish. But
Okay.
first of all,
I have the most bipolar disorder, which seriously he does have, and
Is that what he said? Did he say that?
I don't know if he would ever admit that he has it. I believe he said something akin to, "I have a superpower. I'm different than you and better, and this only makes me strong." But
Alrighty.
like he had been acting erratic and crazy for a little bit. Was on stage like
Really?
ranting about. This was a while back. He was ranting about Trump and how.
is this before or after slavery is a choice?
This is before. And then he was like ranting on stage and talking about, I think, like in a positive light, talking about Trump, which obviously like raised some eyebrows. And then he like soon after that ended up like, I mean, the rumors, I guess, allegedly he went to like some sort of mental health type, whatever you'd call it.
I mean, it's probably good.
Yeah.
If he really
But he
did.
wasn't there very long at all.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe
And,
not.
no, I think he has bipolar disorder.
Making a lot of sense.
And,
really do.
yeah, no, he was at an art school the other day or something and, like, he was just, like, standing on a table saying, like, leave Elon Musk alone. Like, just, I don't care who was doing what, just don't fuck with Elon Musk. And at one point in the past,
Oh boy.
Kanye reached out to Elon Musk just like online, just like publicly, and reached out to Elon Musk asking for like $1 billion or something insane. I don't know how much, but
why does Kanye West need $1 billion?
He's
already a millionaire.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah, so fuck you, Kanye West.
But he was like
and Elon Musk.
I think at that point he was kind of broke.
Oh.
And he was, for some reason, I think it was
I still don't feel sorry for
Elon
him.
Musk that he was reaching out to. Maybe it was someone else. So bizarre. But it's weird shit.
I mean, I mean, like, the sympathetic part of me is like, wow, like Kanye West a part of like this cog of like being famous and how like detrimental that is to your health and your mental health, and also your ego just is so inflated to the point of like it's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, you can't possibly think that you're not important because everyone tells you that you're so important.
Yeah.
Isn't there a song that he wrote that like just has "I am a god" like 5 times?
Probably. No, he's got some issues. I mean, how could you not? Like Beth is saying, he's surrounded by yes men day in and day out, and they're all saying yes because it's good for their job, it's good for it's unhealthy, and I mean, I would argue he's part of the problem, but that's probably an unsympathetic way of looking at it.
Yeah, but also like it's easy, like when he's like standing on tables and in like talking about Trump in a positive light or saying whatever about slavery, it's like at some point it's like, can we stop listening to this person? Like stop giving him like feedback, like just.
But
and that'll never happen because people fucking love it.
I feel like famous people fall into like 2 categories. Like the one is just nuts.
Yeah.
And the other is I want to literally knit every single person in the world a sweater. And there's no in between.
Whoa, I thought you were going to be like, they want to knit every single person into a sweater. I was going to be like, how is that less nuts?
That's much more crazy.
So there's nuts, and then there's
making
people into sweaters.
No, making people sweaters.
It's a really important word.
I don't know.
But yeah, I think there's also like really humble celebrities and also the ones who just like continue to let it go to their head.
Yeah.
But I think the latter is a very small group.
I have no idea. But like Kanye is an example of someone that is in the extreme. I've had people I've heard people that are fans of his, which is fine. Like that doesn't bother me. But because I don't hate him. I have nothing wrong with him. There's certain things that he's done that I enjoy, but I've had people kind of like defend him and defend his like recent behavior and say that oh, he knows what he's doing. He's just like messing with people in a way. They think that he's literally just like that. Like they basically believe him that like he's on another plane. Yeah. So like he's so good that he's got everyone fooled, kind of thing. Man. And so this person doesn't think that like Kanye is seriously struggling, even though like he straight up has like a disorder. Pretty sure it's bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
And like he's not joking about his like love of Trump. He's not joking.
Oh, no.
Like he another thing he just did the other night was when he was the host of Saturday Night Live, or he was the musical actor or something.
Yeah.
And after the like cameras were off, he made everyone come up around the stage. And he told everybody that, like, he was basically berating them for ever, like, thinking that, like, he wouldn't like Trump. Because everyone's giving Kanye shit for liking Trump. Like, and now he's on this whole thing where he's like, how dare, like, what do you mean? Why would you think I wouldn't like Trump?
Why wouldn't I like Trump?
And you know what? Kanye started to really like Trump after Trump and Kanye met. And Kanye wanted to talk about, like, I don't know, education in Chicago or something like that.
And there was an exchange of hand
jobs. And then Kanye left that day and started saying Kanye
26.
24.
2024?
2024.
I thought it was 2020.
Well, so originally... So originally, Kanye was saying 2020.
Yeah.
Like after Trump won, Kanye started saying that.
2020.
Because Kanye was basically like, well, then anyone can fucking do this.
Yeah.
So he started saying like 2020. And also people took it as like, well, this is his way of saying like, fuck Trump. Like then fucking Kanye is going to be president as soon as possible. So like, but then Kanye met with Trump. He wanted to talk about something important to him. Mm-hmm. And when he left, they were, shaking hands and Trump hugged him and taking pictures. And then Kanye started saying 2024 because basically he talked to Trump and they probably had some stupid talk where Trump was like, Kanye left that conversation.
I'll get you whatever you need, man.
He left that conversation in like liking Trump a lot and then being like, well, Trump can have 8 years. I'll wait till 2024.
I would never have expected Kim Kardashian to be the level-headed one in most of these situations.
Oh,
right.
She's
like,
yeah.
It's still not saying much.
No, it's not.
I don't know. Like I saw interviews with her, and like she is really composed and collected and respectful. I mean, and like I just never seen her like outside of
the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but yeah,
I haven't either.
I get like.
I've maybe seen like gifs of it or whatever. I've been like, oh my god.
Well, no, I mean
that's interesting.
Yeah,
compared to Kanye,
she is not a fan of Trump at all,
which makes it just so much weirder. Mm-hmm. But like, I to anyone that like doesn't, I'm gonna try and bear with me here. I'm gonna try and like go into. Bear with me. Sit down. Okay. So to those people that are like, no, Kanye's just messing with you. He couldn't possibly be like a flawed human being that like has stupid thoughts about things.
Right.
Kanye is not like politically educated. He has no understanding of anything of that nature.
Yeah.
Like and so. No, he genuinely was like I don't know the right terminology, but he genuinely went to like a mental health institution to help him after he had like an insane like nervous breakdown. Like he came out of that like vaguely acknowledging that he had been diagnosed.
Right.
So anybody that like is trying to defend Kanye and say that he's completely like just like psychologically like fucking with people, you're wrong.
Yeah. Like
he is, but not intentionally. Yeah. He actually has a lot of mental health issues. Beth hit the nail on the head for why that is. And like Kanye genuinely is a fan of Trump now. It's not some sort of like mind blown crazy Kanye thing. He literally likes Trump. Like him and Trump, like Beth said, gave each other fucking hand jobs one way or another.
And now they're like, now we're bros. Yeah, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Yeah, and Kanye said something about how like Trump and I are both like dragon power people or whatever the fuck. The same type of stupid shit that like Charlie Sheen was saying.
Oh yeah.
During that whole like ridiculous thing. And he's like, I got wizard blood, tiger blood.
I'm a winner.
Yeah, and like he's like. No, these are clearly people struggling. And I think some people enjoy watching Kanye struggle. They don't give a fuck about his mental health. And, I mean, then you're just an asshole.
Right, you're a disgusting person.
But, like, anyway, Kanye is genuinely, like, struggling for mental health issues.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, his endorsement of Trump is legitimate and also idiotic.
Yeah.
And the idea that anyone would ever take Kanye seriously in anywhere even near the political spectrum is fucking so stupid. I'm sorry, but that's so idiotic. Like,
that's how we feel about Kanye West and Trump.
The whole thing is fucking. It's like Kanye is just another like in the same way that there are yes men that are leeched onto Kanye. Kanye is leeching onto Trump. It's the same type of disgusting behavior. Kanye won't look at it that way. He would never admit it, and I highly doubt he would ever see it that way, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's why when Trump won, Kanye was like, well, then Kanye 2020, goddamn motherfuckers. Like, this is how it's going to be. Anyone can fucking be president, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
The same type of, like egocentric mindedness. Now, I just want to quick go into my point is the cult of personality, like
The what?
the cult of personality, is this we like to idolize people.
Yeah.
It's something we kind of naturally do, where we get these figures in our mind like JFK, or Ronald Reagan, anyone. Like, it doesn't have to be a politician. It can be a religious leader, anyone. Where we kind of prop them up above the ordinary man, and we just trust them without question, and we just assume they're better than we are, and then they can do whatever the fuck they want. That's politics 101, president 101, fucking George Bush, Obama, both of them, they knew how to charm people, and that was it.
Yeah.
But they could do whatever the fuck they wanted because they were fucking charming, and people would go, "No, there's no way he's doing that. He's just so damn smart and charming and funny and cute and whatever it is."
Yeah.
JFK was an asshole and a shitty person.
And a whore.
A man whore. But people
just a regular whore.
People only think of him as a tragic, beautiful, God.
He would have turned America around.
Yeah,
he was a billionaire who would have done the same thing that every president has done before.
He was literally groomed for that. Their whole family was just rich, white, powerful assholes.
Yeah.
They're not better than anyone. Arguably, they are worse than you.
Yeah.
But we like to prop people. Even Martin Luther King Jr.
Just gonna talk about him.
It is a known fact that he had multiple affairs. So, and my point isn't to say
just a flawed man.
Yes. So that's my point. Is Kanye West is not an actual god. And I think, and I know most people would go, well, yeah, I know, not actually, but it's
to a certain degree they think he is
it's
better.
It's easy for us to revere people, and that's fine. It's okay to have role models. There are plenty of celebrities that like Donald Glover. I am a huge fan of. I find him to be inspiring. I love his creativity. I will follow his career probably for the rest of my life. But I would be a fool to let myself think that he's incapable of making mistakes, or that he might say something that he doesn't actually know everything about. Yeah. Because we're all flawed humans. I myself talk about things and I'm not an expert on everything I say, and so people should be able to. I feel like you want to say something.
No, I'm just surprised.
Oh. That I said that?
No, that you don't know everything. Well,
I don't know everything. There are plenty of things that I talk about that I'm not an expert on. And I should be able to admit that. And that, most people aren't going to be shocked by that. But I think when it comes to celebrities and political leaders, religious leaders, we tend to
yeah, that's true.
Forget. I think that's why Trump has been so such a huge deal, because people are shocked at the things they're hearing him say. But it shouldn't even be that shocking. Mm-hmm. It should be kind of well, I mean, it's shocking he's our president, but this is what people do. This is how people talk. This is reality. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Beth. Did you want to say something?
Yes. I was going to bring up MLK because I think I listened to a podcast about American history, and they talked about Black Power groups. I think specifically the Black Panthers, and one guy within that. But they talked about how hard all of those movements tried to keep all of these kind of shady, the things that made MLK just a regular person, that he fucked up and had multiple affairs and was kind of a shitty person sometimes. They tried as hard as possible to keep that stuff a secret, because they knew that if the police or any, like the KKK, if any movement of like white power found out, they would use it against them. They would use it to like be like, look, like this is who you're rooting for. This is the guy who claims that he's, you know, like marching for peace and all these things, but he can't even fucking keep it in his pants. Like he can't do whatever. Like he can't not beat his wife like every other black man. Like they knew that the society of white people would turn it around and be like, look who you're propping up as this like, you know, hero of African American people in the United States. And I think that's really, really like important to like hear those things and be like, people tried so hard to keep that a secret. The same with JFK. Like he was sleeping with Marilyn Monroe. Everybody fucking knows it. And Marilyn Monroe died suspiciously. Just gonna say it's suspicious. Yeah. In a hotel room with like drugs, and then police came in, they like fucked up the crime scene and like didn't really like take it seriously. And like she was probably murdered, honestly, like because she was so close to that whole family. And I bet she knew all kinds of secrets. That's just that's like my uneducated guess of this. But I've like read things and heard things that's like, this is kind of odd. Like just the way it went down. But they don't want you to know that like they were real people. Mm-hmm. Like that any of those men specifically that like people will prop up to be like bigger than us. Yeah. Because then it takes away that like facade, that like illusion that you get to see of like, oh. Yeah. Like it's very interesting.
Have you seen the photo of the that one white guy wearing a "Women for Kavanaugh" t-shirt?
No.
Yeah, it's
Jesus Christ.
I feel like you responded and then realized the full sentence.
Right, I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. It's weird because he's a man and he's wearing that shirt. Yeah. So he's like, it'd make more sense if he was just like, men for Kavanaugh. And you're like, okay.
What, women for Kavanaugh?
Really? You're not a woman. Yeah. No woman is wearing that shirt. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope not. But yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the whole situation is...
I just can't even... Like, I followed it as little as possible.
Sure, yeah.
Like, I'll see headlines and I'll just be like, nope, not today, Satan. Can't deal with that. Like, I mean, there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know this person. I have no, like, political power. So it's just like, okay, I guess this is happening. Mm-hmm. More terrible things. Awesome. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just upsetting.
Should we talk about the
yes,
the guy?
Oh, what guy?
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I know. I was just gonna agree to talk about anything else.
the guy.
The guy.
Traffic cone hoodie.
Oh my god. I thought you were like gonna have something really like major and like.
Of course. Well,
do you want to talk about the guy? And I'd be like,
the guy.
What? Like, yes. I don't know. I was on board with whatever.
So tonight,
he'll never listen to this,
and I don't care if he does. I just fuck him. I don't say that about many people, but him, I'm okay with. So tonight, I'm. Okay, how do we start this?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't even know his name.
Me either.
We'll call him
Traffic cone.
Jeb.
Jeb.
Because it's a really shitty name.
Mr. Bush would disagree.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, I'm committed to Jeb.
Okay, alright.
So,
yeah.
This is a placeholder name because we don't actually know this person's name.
Yeah. But tonight, Beth was working. I was at the counter just working on the homework. Then all of a sudden, door opens and walk these two, I'd say pretty lanky.
Yeah, that's a good word.
One's taller, one's shorter. The taller one is wearing this just ugly traffic cone orange hoodie. It was.
I think it was yellow.
Yeah, the other was yellow.
Yeah.
And
they are. The one is a frequenter who comes in drunk and obnoxious. Mm-hmm. I'm sure those two words will pretty much just sum up this person.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a pretty good.
And everyone will be like, that guy.
Yeah.
He has tattoos and he has short hair and
35, flirts with college girls.
Yeah. Likes to try and buy everyone a drink. Like 16-year-olds. I'll buy you a hot chocolate, honey.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's gross. It's just gross.
Yeah. So if you've ever had interactions with this person, you will know we're just sorry. Town Square is sorry. He likes to call everyone, well, just kidding, all women, honey, or hun, baby girl, or baby, or I've heard him use other like disgusting, gross pet names.
Really?
Yeah.
Even worse than baby girl?
That's fucking the worst. But I've heard other ones too, and I'm just like, so yeah.
Has no concept of personal space.
Oh yeah, invades people's personal space. Yep. He'll like touch people.
Yep.
I mean, not like inappropriately, but just I mean, general like touching if you are not friends is arguably inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So he came in. We dealt with that. He harassed some college girls. That was cool. I told him to leave them alone.
Yeah.
Stop bothering them. Yeah. So yeah, he invaded Zach's space, called me baby girl twice, and I told him if he ever called me that again, I would never serve him here. And then he shut his mouth and walked away. And apologized, because that somehow makes it better.
Somehow he thinks that no matter what he does, it can be fixed immediately with an apology.
Right, like if he continues to act like a bozo, and he can just keep apologizing for it. Like, I'm so sorry, I'm such an idiot. I mean, just stop touching people. Mm-hmm. Don't touch people is basically the end of this whole event. It was an event, I would say. It was that dramatic.
Yeah.
Just don't touch people and don't call people names. Even if you're like, it's a term of endearment. It's not. No. It's not.
And when I said, general rule, if you don't know someone, don't touch them, his response was,
right. Which is just rapey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this,
we're sorry. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, just giant fuck you.
Yep.
Yeah. It's pretty great. So now we've covered that.
I think I've finally gotten it out of my system.
Oh, you feel okay about it now?
Not really, but you know.
It's better.
I don't think there's much else we can do.
No, there's not. Yeah. So
yeah.
Don't touch people.
No.
Don't call them names. Mm-mm. You can be polite. You can be like, ma'am, or I mean, I guess, hey, you isn't exactly polite, but I would take it over like pet names. Mm-hmm. Pet names just make me want to vomit. Just all the time.
Like Spot, Rover.
Not like my pets' names.
Can you imagine if like flirty pet names and like actual pet names were just reversed?
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. That would be amazing. It would be less offensive, I think.
Yeah, well, depends. I don't think anyone would get very far with Fido.
But it wouldn't be offensive. It would just be like, that's weird. But okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be offensive, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I would enjoy that more. I don't know. I mean, like I get like old people will call people like hun, like sweetie. Oh yeah, he said like sweetie.
Sweetie, you're allowed to use after 80.
Yeah, when you're like 100 years old.
That's okay.
Like
it's not great.
Yeah, it's annoying, but I'm not gonna like shout at an 85-year-old man. Like, I'm not going to get pissed at him nearly as quickly as I will like a 20-something.
Yeah.
Like, because I think it's a generational. Like they almost don't think about it. That they think it's like just like ma'am or like sir. It's just like, oh, you just say things. You just use different terms.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all for women, which just tells you all of that right there. Exactly. But I don't know. It's harder to be upset. Like, it's annoying, but it's harder to be like pissed at like an 85-year-old lady for calling you sweetie. Like, it's like, okay, I mean, I guess you could be my grandma, so whatever. But when it's like a 20-something-year-old guy and he's like never, like, it's not like he's a regular. I mean, he's regularly obnoxious every time. Like, he just comes in as obnoxious for like,
10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, and then he leaves. Like, he's never here. Well, I guess the one evening one day he was like in and out for like 8 hours.
Cannot believe that he almost came back.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. You think it's just harder because it's like a decision to call women those things because you can't say that someone hasn't told him like, oh, or he's never heard of the idea that like, hey, maybe that would be kind of degrading or like disrespectful to call.
He heard it here like 5 times in those 15 minutes.
Right.
Like, he's had to have heard that before.
Right. That women are like, hey, don't talk to me that way. Like, and he just like continues to like plow forward and be like, no, I'm just going to do this because I'm sure, I mean, honestly, it's probably because it does get results because some women probably do respond. And that's
why?
I don't know,
also,
Zach.
He's engaged.
Apparently he has a fiance.
Which doesn't make sense.
Yeah. This is the gossip hour of Town Square After Hours.
I mean, when something like that happens, we kind of have to...
Yeah, it was eventful, for sure. And dramatic, but...
Should we go on to the high schoolers that never tip?
No, I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Ever. I don't want to talk about high schoolers, like, period. But yeah.
You're talking about them right now?
No, we're not. I refuse.
So, Nicolas Cage
is going to be
Spider-Man Noir.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
When's that movie come out?
December 5th, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Or 15th.
Oh, hey, how do you guys feel about Venom? That's out.
I mean, I'm going to go see it.
You are?
Yeah.
Do you want to go see it?
Yeah. I could honestly take it or leave it.
I agree.
So, like, something I learned is that if you think you're gonna go, if you think you're gonna like a movie and are like in like the dating pool, do not go see a movie you think you're gonna like with someone you're not sure about, because if it goes,
it'll ruin the movie forever.
Yeah. It could. It has the possibility.
That's really specific.
I don't even understand what you're saying.
Like, I guess if, like, I went to Wonder Woman with someone I was, like, really uncertain about, then later in life, I wouldn't be able to watch Wonder Woman because I'd be like, I saw that with that motherfucker. He was a piece of shit.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like a connotation of, like, movies.
I definitely see what you mean, yeah. I would never...
It's very specific.
I mean, you would never want to go to, like, a movie that you've been like anticipating with, like, on a first date. Like, that's just begging for
a bad time.
trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you have reason to assume that it's just going to be a hit no matter what. You know what I mean?
Because that is what happened with Doctor Strange.
The movie or the person?
The movie.
Because that is what happened with Doctor Strange. And
now you're bummed out about Doctor Strange?
Yeah, a little bit.
What do you mean?
Like, so
you went to Doctor Strange on a date.
It wasn't a date, but it was
date-ish.
You wished it was a date.
Yes, correct.
Okay. And then it didn't go well.
Well, it went great, but then things just didn't pan out with that person.
So what's ruined anything?
It's not ruined. It's just like It just makes me sad, you know?
Oh, it's just like, oh.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
It sets you on this train of thought, and then you're like, well, yeah.
Well, go see Venom with somebody. It won't fucking matter.
Yeah, because that movie's gonna
No, I am. That's why I'm seeing it with someone, because
there you go.
either way, you know?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a movie that you're like, you're already in love with or something. Like, it's just kind of like...
I mean, it literally can't be an amazing movie.
What do you mean?
There's just, how could it be? There's just
Caleb has so many opinions about this Venom movie.
I think there'll be plenty to enjoy about it. I would see it. I'm not against seeing it, but like, there's no way that it's gonna it's not gonna be the next Deadpool as far as blowing audiences away kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, that was a huge hit, unexpected hit. Venom will not be that. There's just no way.
Two things. I've heard that Venom is aggressively action heavy, so action heavy that it's like, my god,
it would have to be.
Yeah, that's all they've got is action. And two, I love that the first Deadpool came out over Valentine's weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that it was there are all these posters of Deadpool with hearts and stuff.
It was they a lot of the
and then we went over Valentine's weekend. We were like, "This is great."
A lot of the promotional material was promoting it as a rom-com.
I love that.
Yeah,
I think that's so funny.
Everything about Deadpool is handled great.
Yeah.
Venom, I know. Okay, Avi Arad. I don't know how you say his name. He is an executive producer on it. He was the executive producer for probably every Spider-Man movie that there's been. He works for Sony. And he's a fucking asshole / idiot. He's a piece of shit. He's the reason Venom was in Spider-Man 3.
Oh, no.
He forced...
I think he apologized for that. Somebody apologized.
Not this guy.
Okay,
no,
well,
he would never apologize. But
someone did.
No, not Avi. He would not apologize for it. Or he would say, I apologize that there wasn't more Venom. Go fuck yourselves. I'm rich as hell. He's a fucking
I think it was the
asshole.
director of that movie said
Sam Raimi would apologize.
Someone I saw it as a headline. It was they're sorry
that's because the producers made
wedging Venom into this movie.
The producers made Sam Raimi put Venom in that movie. Yeah. It was clearly designed around Sandman. That's what they wanted it to be about. And also, they were going to finish Harry's arc, being the son of the Green Goblin.
Oh yeah, there were so many
Arad made
villains in that movie.
Made them put Venom in it because Venom sells well. He's popular in the comics. Because of course he is. He's a big black mean Spider-Man guy, monster, alien monster thing.
Yeah.
So of course he's popular, and I like Venom, but this movie just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, I hope it's fun, and I will watch it at some point.
Yeah.
Probably. If not in theaters, then when it comes out, I'll watch it. I'm sure I'll enjoy things about it.
Yeah.
I think that he looks pretty cool. It's cool to see Venom realized on the screen like that. That is cool.
But while he does look cool, there are so many people that want to have sex with Venom just because. Have you seen the tongue?
Yeah.
How is that a turn on? Listen, no one has ever been definitely have more tongue.
The internet is a weird place.
Yes, it is. I think, if I remember correctly, we've talked about this, and then we started talking about clones.
Yes.
So
that was off.
I feel like it was the same people that wanted to have sex with the fish guy from Shape of the Water.
What fish guy? What?
Well,
who?
That's the entire movie.
What movie?
Shape of the Water. Won an Oscar.
I've never seen it.
There's this is weird, but tentacle porn is a thing.
That's
Japanese.
Oh, that's where you draw the line. Come on. What?
No one wants to have sex with an octopus.
Oh, but Venom is a crazy
People
alien.
see the appeal with Venom.
There's a long-standing
Zach, get me another beer.
Japanese
Pompeii.
Okay.
Japanese tentacle fetish thing.
I mean, I guess I can. I guess I get it. It's not my fetish, but I'm whatever. I mean, so if that's a thing, then I guess sure. People wanting to bone Venom, I guess that's also a thing.
Yeah.
This went into a weird area. I was just like, what do we think about Venom? I've heard lots. I've read lots of headlines about.
I think it.
People feeling uncertain.
I already know what it's going to be like, and it's going to be a real mixed bag. And like, I think there's going to be cool action scenes. I think Tom Hardy's a great actor, so I can't imagine him doing a poor job.
Yeah.
I think that like Venom will look cool because like straight up like the CGI for Venom in Spider-Man 3 blew my mind. Like the CGI for like the black like oozy stuff seriously blew my mind at the time. I thought it was incredible computer generated.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't believe that shit. But like
Tom Hardy
he plays Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. You definitely know him from that.
Oh, okay.
He's in all kinds of shit. He's amazing.
But he's in Venom. Is he Venom?
He plays Venom. He plays Eddie Brock. But
okay. I couldn't remember his name.
The thing is, I know it can't be good because it's Venom, but it's standalone from Spider-Man, and that is the end all be all for me. Like it just can't. How do I? And it's not even that Spider-Man isn't in it that makes it bad. It's the fact that like they didn't give a shit if Spider-Man was in it or not.
Yeah, they just wanted.
It's the fact that it was going to happen no matter what.
Yeah,
that's why I know it's going to be bad. It's because they never they probably had one talk and were like, "Well, do we want Spider-Man in this?" And then people were like, "Well, that's going to be such a pain in the ass because." Yeah. Marvel now has put him in their movies, blah, blah, blah. We made some kind of agreement.
Yeah.
Like, what disgusts me about it is it didn't matter if Spider-Man had anything to do with it or not. Venom, they've been trying to make this movie since, like, 1994.
Oh, my God.
They've been trying to make this movie since, like, the early 90s. They've been trying to make a Venom movie. That's all I have to say. I rest my case, Your Honor.
I think you're right. It's just a cash grab. Like, they just want a Venom movie, so they were like, we're gonna, like, force this until it happens. And it doesn't matter if it's terrible, it doesn't matter if people hate it, or if whatever. Like, if it's even a terrible movie, we just want it. Yeah. And I think that just says it all.
I saw a headline. I didn't read anything beyond the headline, and it said that the movie Venom belongs in the early 2000s with all the other superhero movies from that era. Mm-hmm. And I think that sounds about right to what I expect.
I agree.
Does not mean that I won't enjoy it. I'm sure I'll enjoy the hell out of it. Even the parts that suck, I'll probably enjoy and make fun of and laugh at and be done with it and be like, I'm glad I watched that movie, and fuck Avi Arad, he's a piece of shit. He's such an asshole. Such an idiot. I've heard him on like commentary for stuff, and like he's just a goddamn.
Is he the same guy who produced Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Oh, jeez. Probably.
They belong in the same category.
He's just an idiot. He's just an asshole. Like recently, they talked about how like. So originally Venom was being teased as if like it was going to be rated R.
Oh, is it not?
No. Oh. But they kind of like played up the idea that it might be, and they were like, it's going to be violent, and it's going to be Venom's going to be biting heads off because like that's Venom, and like so people were like, yeah, R rating, and they definitely like intentionally left it unclear what the rating would be.
Yeah.
But now it's PG-13, and now they're saying Avi Arad and a couple other producers and the director and stuff are saying, like, we never, ever once thought it would be rated R. We always wanted it to be PG-13. Oh my God. We always set out to make a movie that was going to be true to Venom, but also accessible to, like, 13 and 14-year-olds.
Come on.
So what you're saying is, I mean, first of all, you're lying because earlier on you definitely were playing up, like, the violence and R rating of it, like the maturity of it. And now you're saying we want to be true to the character and accessible to fucking 13-year-olds.
You can't have it both ways.
Exactly. It's almost, like, fucking contradictory. Yeah. And, like... And I'm not saying I want Venom to be like a blood fest. I literally don't care about the rating, but just like that whole political retarded like part of my language, but like it just feels so gross and cash grabby, and just like these guys are the people making it have zero passion in their hearts for what they're doing.
For sure.
Maybe the director, but like the producers do not give a fuck. Avi Arad just knows that Venom has potential to make bank.
Yeah.
That's it.
For this beer, you have to solve 3 riddles. What has 6 wings, no feet, and yet crawls on the ground?
I hate riddles. Fuck riddlers, especially the Riddler. I don't think that's even a riddle. I think you just added different things together. Like
time. It's time.
It's always time, or it's like
a man.
Yeah,
because that makes sense.
Yeah. Wait a second. Death.
A penguin with sunburn. Fuck riddles.
That doesn't. I don't think that's ever a riddle answer.
It's just a joke.
That's more of a joke. Like, what's black and white and red all over?
Those are stupid fucking jokes.
A mime that I beat the shit out of, motherfucker!
A fucking Riddler.
I love riddles. Actually, I really do.
I mean, I like puzzles.
Yeah, riddles are a type of
like word puzzle. Like I think visual. I need to be able to see it, so I'd have to like write it down. And then I'd be like, okay. And then I'd probably like draw it. I'd be like wings and feet. And I'm like, this is nothing. I don't know. Like I don't know.
I love riddles.
I don't. It's just not. I'm just not good at them. I think I'm just like.
Well, yeah, you failed the first one. You're like, how are you going to get past the other 2?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not.
I'm literally still trying to solve it, even though I know.
What was it?
6 wings.
6 wings, no legs, but it still crawls on the ground.
But no feet, but still crawls. Just fuck riddles. I just don't like them.
Buffalo Wild Wings. You got it. You win a gift card to Buffalo Wild Wings.
What? How is that the answer?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Just 6 buffalo wings that someone dropped in the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You guys solved it.
It's still not quite right.
Oh man,
Also,
I hate it.
I really love the. Did you guys ever read the Ultimate Comics?
Some I read. I was subscribed for a little bit to Ultimate Spider-Man.
Man, I loved like the Ultimate Spider-Man version of Venom because like the Venom suit was actually made by Richard Parker, Spider-Man's dad, like as a kind of a biological like healing suit.
Yeah.
So like if someone was like
That's cool.
like injured, they would put on like the suit would attach to them, and then it would just provide whatever they needed to repair any like broken parts.
Yeah.
And then
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I thought the Ultimate Comics were genius.
Amazing.
Yeah. I thought that was
That's
so.
I didn't like Ultimate Captain America though.
I never saw that, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, I loved that.
His character was just basically complaining about the French like every single day.
What's his problem with the French?
That's something in World War II. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
The only thing that I didn't like, I won't even say I didn't like it, but like I still prefer the original, but Green Goblin.
Okay.
I still nostalgia probably, but I still prefer the original like glider hovering like Halloween mask goofy Green Goblin, as opposed to like he actually changes into like a monster and like jumps around.
Oh, what?
Because the
Is that an Ultimate
Spider-Man?
Ultimate Goblin is basically just the Hulk, but on fire.
Yeah,
He's a goblin?
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Green Goblin. It's way different.
Yeah.
Like
That's
from.
That's pretty.
I like the idea that he actually transforms.
Yeah.
I don't care for the design. I
I
guess
thought it was okay.
Oh, okay.
It was okay.
Interesting.
I think that I've seen like for Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse, they've like there's like a shot of Green
I
Goblin.
think so, yeah.
That seems cool. 'Cause that seems like it's supposed to, like, as far as I'm guessing,
Yeah.
and maybe people already know the answer to this, but what my guess is that it's going to be like the ultimate Green Goblin in the sense that like he's all the best traits of every Green Goblin ever combined, because he literally looks like a flying like demonic monster.
Yeah.
He's like the best version of Green Goblin. Like his face.
What's that in?
It's going to be in that Into the Spider-Verse
okay.
animated movie that comes out.
Also,
he's got like big old green wings.
Oh, yeah.
His face looks
You don't
mostly like the original Green Goblin face.
You don't get a great look at his face, though.
I saw like a still.
Okay, got it.
That kind of zoomed in on it. It's not great, but like...
Yeah.
Oh, I saw another picture where like Spider-Man's punching him in the face.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then you get a good look at his face. And he's got this big green, pretty classic Green Goblin look.
Got it.
And like, I don't know. I just think they did a good job with that.
You know, Spider-Verse addresses how bizarre the Spider-Man popsicles always look. Like they address it like in one of the
like
trailers.
those ice cream bar things. What do they look like? Because I can't quite picture them.
Not like Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know.
What are they?
It's 2 white gumballs in a red and blue popsicle.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
It's dumb.
You know, when we were kids, we had good ice cream bars.
You're like 4 years old, maybe.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, yeah.
No, not you. Specifically.
I'm saying when us 3 mature adults were young chillins, we got to eat good ice cream, and now it's like Debbie bars are smaller, and
they are smaller.
Yeah,
like they're shrinking.
Yeah, that's true.
Little
than
Debbie snack cakes are slowly getting smaller and smaller to accommodate Little Debbie.
No, just to save
she's
costs.
small. No, she's small.
Oh, she's shrinking over time.
No, she's just really small, and they made them too big, and now over time they have to make them smaller and smaller because she's really fat.
These Twinkies are too big.
Yeah, she's like a cross of
but we made millions of them, Little Debbie. What are we supposed to do with them?
Right, and she's slowly eating all of the ones that we're not eating, and now they're like, oh my god, we have to start making them smaller because she's so small.
What?
She's like a cross of Goldilocks and some disgusting fat monster thing.
Wow.
Yeah, because she's like, these are too big.
And
if you make them too small, she's like, these are too small. They're trying to find the perfect medium.
Is this from something?
No!
She's riffing on herself.
On Little Debbie. Whatever, they're getting smaller.
And you're calling me weird?
Yeah.
But no, Little Debbie snack cakes
they're getting
have
smaller.
gotten smaller over the years.
Twinkies.
To save costs.
You said Twinkies?
Yeah.
They're so small now. They're so small.
Well, like, eventually these things...
They barely fit in my hand.
Zach, do you
so
know
small.
what a Twinkie is?
Yes. My dad was Twinkie the Kid for a couple of years.
What the fuck is Twinkie the Kid?
He was the mascot for Twinkies.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
I don't think that's real.
Like in
when,
Cambodia?
Like when he was a kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
He would, because Grandpa used to work at the Hostess company.
Your grandpa.
Yeah.
Zach just says grandpa or like mom as if like...
We share a grandfather. Now go on.
Well, whose else would I be talking about?
No,
My mom!
Why would I call your mom?
I don't know!
Why would you call your grandfather Grandpa?
Because that's what I call him.
All right. But would you say
Who
dad?
else?
Would you say dad in that context? Like,
Would I call my grandpa dad?
no.
No.
Would you say like dad always told me popcorn? Okay.
Why not?
All right.
What other dad would I be talking about?
But it's funny because most people claim it's like your ownership of my mom, my grandpa.
Well,
if we were siblings and you said dad always does this, would be like,
Right, like to my sisters, I'm like, oh, mom said this.
But now you're telling.
But to Caleb, I say my mom.
You're talking about your dad.
It's a very specific thing I've noticed about Zach's wordage.
Okay, but I want to understand this. Your dad was a Twinkie?
As a kid.
What? What is this? He was a mascot for Hostess?
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, like at a grocery. I think at a grocery store.
At a grocery store. He wasn't like the official mascot.
No, like for Halloween or like
no, just.
That's even better.
You know how Disney World has Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
Grocery stores have Twinkie the Kid.
He was Twinkie the Kid.
And then you went for you dressed up for Halloween as Twinkie the Kid. I was like, what the fuck? That's really specific. That's amazing.
What do you think that job is like, though? Like Disney World, like
I feel like
Mickey Mouse?
I've heard bad things about that.
I have also heard bad things about being a Disney person.
Yeah.
It sounds horrible.
I feel like it would be fun for like
a day.
0 minutes.
Mm.
Unless, yeah, I would be terrible at that because I don't like kids.
I think that like working at Disney World would be too weird.
I think it'd be like sucking out your soul slowly.
That's why everyone leaves so happy. It's a soul transfer.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Also, you leave with more soul.
Yeah.
If you are a visitor.
Right,
Yeah.
if you're a visitor. But if you work there, you're giving your soul away.
I just think
That's how that
working
works.
there would be kind of trippy in a bad way. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, I think.
don't know.
I've never been.
I think there's like a strict rule book that people have to follow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not allowed to like...
No one gets to see Mickey. Don't you dare
That's
step.
freaky.
Don't step foot in the castle.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, you're not allowed to shit on duty because princesses and cartoons don't shit.
Oh.
I'm just gonna step into the magic room. And she goes into the bathroom.
Hi there, kids! Oh, fuck!
Yeah, I remember when I went to Disney World once as a kid, and you had to stand in this long line to get a picture with Mickey. And then, like, I went back through the line to, like, go with my brother or something. And then the first time, we went through a door on the right. Second time, we went through a door on the left because there's multiple fucking Mickeys!
Ooh, what?
Yeah.
There's
Blowing the lid off.
line and
Yeah,
doors.
but there was multiple Mickeys, yeah.
That's not right.
I know. I'm blowing the lid off of this.
Have you seen that video of like someone that was dressed up as Elastigirl, like as like one of the like plastic costumes, and like she trips and falls, and the face just comes off.
What was this?
Like someone was Elastigirl at Disney World,
Okay.
and like
Her face fell off.
yeah,
That's terrible.
yeah,
But, okay.
Wait, like her mask, or she was wearing
no,
like,
the mask.
oh
Yeah,
my god! And everyone was like, the horror. Oh, I was gonna say, I don't give a fuck about Mickey. I never liked Mickey
yeah.
or Minnie or Goofy. I was just not into them. Just didn't care about any of them. I
I didn't care about them. I didn't
like,
check
some people-
in on them.
How you doing, Mickey?
But I mean,
Just call them every
I
Saturday.
watched some pretty old school, like Mickey cartoons.
Yeah,
and
me
shit.
too. I just never. I mean, I feel like some kids are like oh my god, I'm gonna go see Goofy, and they're like really excited about it.
I
I'm
was
like,
excited to see Goofy.
What are you talking about?
he's the best. Just kidding. The dog is
Well,
the
okay.
best. I can't
Well,
remember.
Are
his
you
name.
Disney's
even-
also a dog.
I think you're lying.
What was his
right
name? What was the dog?
Pluto.
Pluto. Yeah.
When did someone say to you, "Oh, I'm gonna go see Goofy. I'm so excited."
No one.
See now,
But no one ever told me I'm so excited to see Mickey.
but like okay, but like
See Mickey where? Where are they seeing him?
okay, but see like
At
even though
Disney Place World.
even
Earth.
though like I'm not connected to Disney like at all. Like I've been there once. Like it's still like I get like unreasonably sad when they announce that like some characters are being taken away from the park. Just like
Who are they taking?
like Baymax and Hero.
Who the fuck's that?
Have you not seen Big Hero 6?
Oh no.
They're taking them away.
They
They're
took
so
them away.
new.
They took them away like maybe a year after the movie came out
Why?
Why?
because it wasn't as popular anymore. So
Well, get rid of Mickey. Fuck that guy.
They still got.
Nobody's excited to see Mickey.
We saw I guess that was Universal Studios. We saw Scooby Doo somewhere. Where was that?
Yeah. Yep. Universal Studios.
Universal Studios.
Yeah. Well, we didn't see Scooby Doo.
Yes, we did.
The real Scooby Doo.
It was.
they just
him.
have a pack of Great Danes going around the park.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't.
I guess what is that crew called?
The
Like
Mr.
Mickey?
Gang.
No.
Oh,
Like Mickey, Minnie, Goofy.
There's not a
Mickey
Donald.
name.
Mouse Clubhouse.
There's not a name for their crew. I mean,
Okay. They need a name.
They're beyond people liking them, though.
I know they're just like iconic. Like I get it, but
they're beyond that.
I just never cared about them.
But they don't care if you care.
Do you think any of the other characters get jealous of Mickey?
No, because nobody gives a fuck about Mickey.
Because like
Goofy is way better than Mickey.
Like I'm saying, like, do you think Goofy or like Donald ever get jealous of Mickey because like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, the House of Mouse, like why? What did he do?
Yeah, but have you noticed that all of Mickey's friends are fucking stupid? Like, they don't know any better.
Right, yeah.
Except for who? They're all fucking dumb.
I was going to say Pluto, but...
Pluto's an idiot. He's the dumbest of them all.
He's a dog owned by a dog.
He's like a stupid dog slave.
He is a slave.
I'd say Daisy's the smartest out of all of them.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Probably. Anyway, I don't care about any of them.
I feel like the reason why like Donald and Scrooge don't get along is because Scrooge like sees through all of Disney and like distances himself away from it.
Scrooge McDuck, the guy that dives into a room filled with gold. You think he's not down with the Disney Empire? That could be.
No, Disney is his competition.
I see.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think this is getting meta.
You've been to Disney World?
Like, once, yeah.
You've been to Disney
once.
I've never been at all. So,
I
win.
Like, I think I got to go on like 3 rides the whole time. Because the lines were insane.
But see, like when I went, Grandpa was...
I remember Grandpa. You don't have to...
Caleb's grandpa is the grandpa I'm talking about.
Our grandpas are all dead, so I don't know who you're talking about.
Why is, like... when I say grandpa, who else could I be referring to other than my grandpa?
It's just a funny thing.
Why is... There's no one else it could be.
Would you say auntie?
Aunt.
Okay. So when Aunt...
You say aunt? You say aunt.
I say, like, aunt and then their first name.
Okay. Well, for any other person that you would talk about, there would be some more information you'd provide. Like, so Grandpa's what you call Grandpa.
Yeah.
Right? But if you knew someone named Lisa, you wouldn't just say, so Lisa tells me that blah, 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 because we don't know fucking Lisa.
But, like, Lisa could be anyone.
Exactly.
There's, like...
Grandpa could be anyone. Grandpa could be your weird friend that's named Grandpa.
Do you know that Uncle Joe's his real name?
Exactly.
Yes.
What is that?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Did you think that was his real name?
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
Amazing.
That's what I'm getting at. You might be talking about Grandpa, and then that would be a fucking Heemstra nickname. You don't know.
I wish.
Gramps.
Or you might know more.
Throw me the frisbee.
You might know more about my grandfather than I realized.
Yeah.
All right. So when I went to Disney World,
right,
Grandpa was a part of an insurance company, and that was having their either annual or semi-annual conference there.
Okay.
And they had rented out an entire one of the 9 parks for a night just for their company.
Jeez.
So no lines anywhere.
Was Hostess?
No, this was. I think it was something Life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Life, the cereal.
Yes. The cereal also owns an insurance company.
Weird. Makes sense. That's weird.
Yeah.
But awesome.
Yeah.
We were at Universal Studios and went to Harry Potter.
That was cool.
Diagon Alley.
See, that was enjoyable.
Badass. Because you just walk around and everything was so cool. Like, you didn't need to wait in line to, like, enjoy it, basically.
Just the atmosphere in general.
It was just so cool. And we went on rides, like, probably, like, 3 or 4 or something. And the lines weren't terrible. For the Harry Potter ride, it was pretty bad.
Why is it that when you go to, like, live performances and they're looking for audience participation, if you make eye contact with the person and even if you shake your head, they always pick you if you make eye contact?
Don't make eye contact.
It's hard not to.
I've never had that happen.
I've also never had that happen.
What? Legoland?
They made you into a Lego?
Yeah. No, it was like, I think the reboot of the Wiggles. were performing there.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
What does it have
So
to do with
you had
Legoland?
to what? You had to reboot the Wiggles,
No, there was a reboot of the Wiggles performing at Legoland.
and they made you come up there.
I think they tried to, and I refused.
Okay. What if it was a person behind you that they wanted?
And they were like, "This fucking
I
kid."
don't know.
Could have been. You never know.
Who knows, man?
Also, I feel like Lego would be a lot better place to work than Disney.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, because they're not owned by the United States.
Yeah, Denmark.
So, probably. It's right there.
Also, like,
it's in the writing.
also,
Denmark's awesome.
I mean, and also Disney is like, even Lego is pretty big, but like Disney is just infinitely past it. It's an
And Disney's been around for so long.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, Lego's been around for a good long time, but like, but Disney is like, I mean, let me put it this way: there have been Disney owned like Legos. You know what I mean? Like Disney trumps Lego. Like it's an empire. It's worth. I don't even know. It's insanely powerful and influential. It's scary. Like
For
they
sure.
have a lot, and that can be used for good or bad. But like they have a lot of power. And Lego is doing pretty well for itself, but like it doesn't come close.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Disney has like its hands in everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like it's freaky how extensive that Disney's reach is. Like you can name a thing or idea, and I could probably like look up a Disney branded version of it. Like,
even I could think about how like the fact that Lego hires engineers not to like even work on any machinery, but like just to make Lego stuff, but bigger.
interesting.
Yeah.
Like the Lego company made like a fully functional, not fully functional, but like a functional life-sized car out of Lego.
Oh, I heard that. That's cool.
That's crazy.
Like to scale size.
That's a lot of Legos.
Yeah.
Purely Legos?
They paid people to make that.
Build something that big and then smash it.
No!
Legos everywhere.
That's not what... people don't do that. People don't smash their Legos. Is that a thing you do with Legos?
Is this...
You don't smash Legos, Beth.
You're not a Lego person. You're a Mega Bloks person.
No, I never... We had Legos.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm not saying you didn't have them. I'm saying you didn't deserve them. You deserve Mega
You're
Bloks.
the type of person that invented Mega Bloks.
But that... that many
you don't
Legos.
Even deserve Duplos.
Like, being that, like, scale.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like it'd be really satisfying to, like, have it around. Like,
okay.
Yeah, look at that thing. And then once you're, like, done with it.
You don't crash your Lego car?
Yeah. Instead of, like, just taking, like, piece by piece off to, like, smash it with a giant hammer. I feel like it'd be really satisfying. You just be like, Legos everywhere.
Why? You're gonna break a lot of those Legos.
It's fine. It would be so satisfying.
They break easily enough as is.
Whatever. What? Legos? No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
They're really fragile.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know what Legos you're playing with. Shitty Cambodian Legos.
Hey.
What? Okay, so for 2 episodes, I'm pretty sure
Yes.
I've teased
Oh no.
bears
and boats.
Bears and boats.
Oh, bears and boats? Not in?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I feel like I need to leave for this part.
Not bears in boats.
Is this yours?
Yeah.
Are you done with it?
Yeah, it's kind of hard. I told you. Loud crunching. Okay.
Bears and boats. What the hell are you talking about?
Bears and boats.
Bears and boats.
Boat
A
bears.
new Soviet children's show. How many bears in boat? 1 bear in boat.
Well, it's no Disney,
2
but sure,
bear in
kids,
boat.
you can watch it.
I'm buying... I don't know the German word for bear.
Okay, what?
Okay. Would you rather?
Zwei Bärenboot.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is horrible.
I know, that's why I stopped eating it, because it was a really hard bagel.
What'd you do?
It was frozen. And then I microwaved it, and then I toasted it for maybe too long. I don't know. Got really hard. Okay, would you rather be...
A bear or a boat? I personally go for bear.
Duh! Would you rather be an animal that's a badass or an inanimate object that has to cart people, smelly sailors around on the fucking ocean? Yeah, always bear.
Depends. Do the sailors wear shirts?
Yes, they're fully clothed!
Well, that's no fun.
Okay, would you rather be crushed by a boat on land or eaten alive by a bear?
Boat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be crushed
That's fast.
slowly? No, it's not
No,
slow.
what?
No, it's slow.
Slowly.
How do you
crash?
think
Yes.
that works?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm not doing it. It's a hypothetical situation.
Listen, the only way that you'd be crushed by a boat on land is if a tsunami, like...
No. Okay, someone is pulling a boat like over a hill, and it's being supported by like logs
what?
and shit.
Why...
Don't worry about
You're
it.
pulling a boat over a hill with logs.
Yes, over
and
land.
shit.
Yes, over land. And there's pulleys and logs and shit. And then you're trapped underneath the boat and you get crushed. But slowly. And they're trying to save you, but like you're slowly just being crushed.
Okay, but like, how slowly are we talking?
I mean, as slowly as being eaten by a bear. Probably. I mean, bear-wise, you're probably going to go into shock way faster.
I think you're going to shock either way.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But still boat? Really?
I mean,
Then
I
bear.
don't know.
But only because your
Then
boat...
bear.
Because your boat example is unrealistic.
It's not.
Really.
Yeah.
Name one
Look
case.
it up. Bookworm.
Werner Herzog made a movie where he made
They pull a boat over a mountain.
them pull a boat over a mountain, yeah. And it was a pain in the ass.
But they actually did it.
Yeah.
Like, he made them do it. Because he's all about, like, realism and, like, actually, like, showing the, like, struggle of, like, doing this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they actually, like, pull a boat over a fucking mountain.
But, I mean, if it was like it was going to take the same amount of time either way, I'd guess a bear because it's more interesting. But like, you're like there's. I mean,
This is more interesting.
I mean, there's so much context needed. Like,
Yeah.
if it was a case of like I answer your question because like it's going to happen the second I answer, then I would say a fucking bear because like that sounds more interesting than being crushed. But like, what are you actually asking me?
How do you want to die?
How do I want to die between those two options?
I'd go for the bear because at least with the bear I have a fighting chance.
Right.
No. You will
have to die.
I'm not saying I won't die. I'm just saying at least
You can fight a bear, but you can't fight a boat.
You can fight a boat. I have done it.
Touching this
not too
wooden
satisfying.
boat.
Is it, though?
I think a bear wins out. If you know you're going to die and you know it's going to...
If I'm gonna die, I'm taking one of the cubs with me.
Oh my god. That's fucked up.
This whole thing is fucked up.
Yeah.
That's too far.
I mean, if it's
That's where we draw the line.
being crushed by something and just like suffocating out slowly sounds just miserable as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
I totally agree.
being killed by a bear legitimately is more interesting.
Yeah.
It would be horrible.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just more interesting. Like a bear is just an active thing as opposed to a boat.
Yeah.
So that's more interesting.
That's what that's from.
Dying by a bear chewing me up, no matter how horrifying and in shock and everything, it'd be more interesting than a boat just
slowly
crushing me.
And people being there, but them kind of not being able to do much. They're trying to help you, but they can't really. Yeah, that sounds terrible. That's what it's from.
It sounds
Werner.
unbearable.
Herzog.
Why? Because he made a movie called Grizzly Man, and because there's another movie where he has people haul boat.
He sent me this article, and they went through all these movies that Werner Herzog, is that his name? Mm-hmm. This crazy German director, and he did all these like super hyper realistic movies that are like really interesting, and like he's famous, but like one of them is I think the movie's just called like pull a boat over a mountain. Like it's just very straightforward. And the other is about like a true story of this man who lives with bears because he's like super like, you know, like I don't know, he's like a naturalist. He wants to like be in nature and just like experience it. And then eventually he gets eaten by a goddamn bear.
Oh yeah.
Because you know what happens when you fuck with Mother Nature? It fucks you.
Yeah.
In the most unpleasant way possible.
Jeez. Werner Herzog,
But he made movies about both these things. And I watched all these little clips of all these videos of movies he's made. And then we went and did this, and I was like, bears or boats, motherfuckers.
I want you to know that we waited a month for this.
I don't even recall.
Since it was first brought up.
I mean, I don't remember.
Was it really a month?
Yeah.
I can't remember when she first brought it up. And I had no idea.
It's been at least 2 episodes of me talking about it. So,
there's
whatever that tells you.
Werner Herzog, listened to audio of this guy being eaten by bears.
So did the actor.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
They both did. Because there's audio of it.
And he, the wife of the deceased man was there. Oof. Mm-hmm. And then when Werner Herzog was done with it, he said in his German accent, he was just like, you must never listen to this. He's just like, you must never listen to this audio. I can't do a German accent. I don't know what I sound like right now, but in this funny little accent, he was just like, you must never listen to this.
Wow.
He told her to destroy the audio.
Yeah.
Because it's so horrible.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But he listened to it because he's not invested in the same way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's who he is. And
yikes.
Yeah.
But so he made these two movies. And in the boat one, there's a scene where the guy gets trapped underneath his boat because they're pulling a boat, a giant fucking ship over a mountain, and this guy gets trapped underneath it. But but the bear one I thought was really interesting because the guy who actually died, and he makes this kind of whatever semi-documentary realistic movie about that he got a lot of shit, the guy who died, because people said that he was trying to preserve nature, but the act of being in nature is also altering it. You have altered these bears community by being there.
Okay, but
so is it really preserving the thing that is fully natural, quote unquote?
Okay, but also we are a part of nature.
Right, that's fair too.
Yeah.
Totally. But I think it's also playing with fire. If you're gonna play with fire, you're gonna get burned. And this guy lived with bears, and him and his
eaten by a bear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was him and his girlfriend or sister or something. They were both eaten.
Wait, so there was a girlfriend and a wife?
I don't know. There was 2 people, and they both got eaten by bears. So maybe it was his sister or
okay.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Or ex-wife, or I don't know. But 2 different people were eaten by bears, and there's audio of it. But it's the act of living in it with these bears is basically altering their natural society because you're not a fucking bear. Which I kind of agree with. If you're going to go in there and be I'm gonna live with these bears and I'm better than you because I know what's up. Yeah. I think it's a little bit arrogant to think that you are not. I mean, maybe he was fully aware of the dangers he was putting himself in, but I think it's.
I think there is no right or wrong way to look at it. Because you have to understand that despite how it ended, he had a good long period of time where he had to have been having the most mind-blowing experiences where he was living peaceably with bears.
Yeah, so like let's say 19 of 20 bears live peacefully with him. Then that one little
What, that
asshole.
cub that you fucking murder? Like, what's your point here?
I'm just saying, like,
it only takes
his odds
one.
were pretty. Yeah, his odds were surprisingly good up until that one.
Right.
Yeah.
And it only takes one, unfortunately.
So
when it comes down to giant fucking carnivores, herbivores, like, it only takes one. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting, like whatever he did, whatever he learned, like, it was probably crazy interesting and worth making a movie about, for sure. But
I mean,
I think my sympathy is limited because I think it lacks respect for something that you don't fully understand.
Do you think it was worth it?
For him?
Yeah.
I bet he would hands down say it was 100% worth it. I bet that guy who lived with bears for years would say, I would do it again in a heartbeat. Because I think you don't do that for years unless you are like, fuck yeah, bears! Like, I don't think you do that day after day without, like, being fully
that's what I'm saying.
committed.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's it. Yeah, like it ended tragically, but like, I mean, I've thought this for a little while now of like just life in general, like, because there's all kinds of terrible things that happen, but like I kind of have this idea in my head that like I want to convert into like a story somehow or something, but like basically the main conceit of it is like, but like if you had the chance, would you do it all again?
Yeah. And
I think most people would say yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's why life continues. Like because there's all kinds of terrible stuff that happens, but like at the end of the day, people will choose to live rather than not. So people will live with bears no matter how horrible it could be versus just not. Yeah. Like, and that's everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Things are more likely to just to be than not be.
Yeah.
I feel like I've read it somewhere. Where is
that you've read it somewhere?
To be or not to be. But yeah, I think that's true. I think that's hands down I think most people would totally agree that yes, I would do it all over again, even if it was fucking terrible and exhausting and stressful and all the things.
In a way, it's kind of like what happened to the crocodile hunter.
Yeah, absolutely. And his family will go out and be like, you know, he wouldn't regret a single time that he put himself in danger, and he wouldn't regret the way he died because he died the way that he lived. Like, that's something that people will say, like, and it's true.
And
like,
some part of him knew it could happen.
Yeah.
And he did it for so long, and he inspired so many people.
I mean,
like,
yeah, absolutely. Like, that's a really good example. Like, just somebody who put themselves in danger for something that was so worth it.
And
like,
I mean,
and they loved it.
We like think about us. Like, think about the everyday person. Like, you could take every possible precaution that you could ever think of, and guess what? You'll still die. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, like we are constantly facing like certain odds.
Yeah,
you're constantly up against like potential things that will kill you.
Yeah,
like that's literally what life is.
Yeah.
So like, like you may as well like enjoy doing it because eventually, no matter what, something will put an end to it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, what was his name? Steve Irwin. He did what he fucking loved for a goddamn good long time. Inspired tons of people, educated tons of people, learned who knows what, all sorts of things for himself. And eventually, he died.
I feel like he knew
doing what he loved.
I feel like he knew that he wasn't going to have a long life.
Yeah,
I believe that. Yeah.
I think that's probably true.
Like,
when you when you have a dangerous job, quote unquote, or you a dangerous thing that you care about, that you love, like I think you just know it.
Like for what I want to do, like I don't expect to like live like to 80, you know?
Yeah.
Because like I feel like if I live to 80, then I'm not doing my job right.
Yeah, and I mean, but it doesn't mean that like if you live till 80, you fucked up,
right?
But it means that like, yeah, you don't expect it,
Yeah,
right.
And you could take that to mean anything. Like you have no expectations. You just know what you want to do.
Yeah.
And as far as how long you last or how dangerous that could be, who gives a fuck? Because you know what you want to do.
Yeah.
I feel like the way I'm going to go is by somehow pissing off like some kind of mob.
Oh my god.
Definitely.
That's way worse.
No, I thought that about you before too.
I definitely thought like trying to get involved in the mob.
And like,
for sure.
I'll make my final stand on a rooftop with the Yakuza hunting me down.
Wow. You're really, you're aiming high.
Like,
that's high.
Why do you think this? I would love to know.
I don't know.
He's gonna piss somebody off.
Yeah, probably.
You're gonna be like, Grandpa said this, and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck did you say about my grandpa? What did Grandpa say to you?"
No. I'm talking
about my grandpa. They're like, "It's too late, and you're dead."
His grandpa because like blah blah blah.
They're gonna be like, "No, it's too late. Fuck you. You're dead."
Like,
yeah.
You really think that like it's that far of a stretch that I would end up doing like vigilante work?
I feel like our silence maybe says it all.
I mean,
we're just like,
I don't think that the Yakuza is going to kill you. I'll say that.
Okay.
I agree.
What do you think it's going to be?
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe, like the Irish mob or like, no, I have no idea. I have no idea how you're going to die. Because like you could piss off the fucking Yakuza and like be a vigilante and blah, blah, blah. And like you're about to have your last stand and then fucking brain aneurysm.
Right, it's not even cool. They're just like, oh.
So I'm not going to try and guess how you're going to die. And then nobody should worry about how they're going to die.
Yeah.
You use your judgment. So when it's obvious that like I should probably take my head out of this lion's mouth. Yeah, fair enough. So but
there's
like
lions now.
There's a threshold.
Wait, so
Excuse you.
At what point?
You don't need that.
So you literally had a thought that I was going to die by the mob?
No! I was being sarcastic.
Okay.
I have no idea. You know how I think you're going to die?
How?
Is just something stupid. Like trying to jump off of a tree into a fucking huckleberry bush. I have no idea, but something dumb probably.
It's got to be that.
Most people are
and the bush is poison.
Most people are going to die from something mundane and idiotic.
Yeah.
That's
or it's going to be like really like an accident, like just a mistake.
And even if you live like an incredible life, even if you like end up living some extreme cinematic incredible life filled with like you're fucking every guy you wish you could. Like, you live, like, the life of, like, a god on earth. You might still die, like, tripping and falling down the stairs when you're, like, 70. You know what I mean? Like
if Jason Bourne died from, like, a peanut allergy or something.
Exactly!
Oh my
exactly!
God,
That's what I'm
hilarious.
talking. Exactly. And then he's like, wait a second. What kind of nuts are we going?
I'm allergic to peanuts, and nobody has an EpiPen, and they're in the middle of the jungle, and he just fucking dies.
Yeah.
What? Why are there peanuts in the jungle?
Somebody brought some, and then he has them, and then he's just dead.
Yeah, or Batman's just like, wait a second, was that penicillin? And then you're just like, yeah, it was. Fuck, I'm allergic.
Who's giving Batman penicillin?
Alfred? I don't know. Anyone. But like, yeah.
I'm allergic to penicillin, and it's not a laughing matter.
Yeah, I know. It could kill Batman.
I mean, did you hear like how Dick Grayson died in the Injustice comics?
No.
Basically, he got into a fight with Damian Wayne, and it was during an Arkham outbreak, and
Damian Wayne was just like, fuck this shit, and just broke his neck.
Well, not directly.
Oh.
Damian threw, like, one of the batons at him, like, just as, like, an angry little
Yeah.
And hits him in the head, knocks him out. He falls backward and lands just perfectly on this little outcropping of rock right on the cervical vertebra. Just
dead.
Fuck. By falling on a rock.
That sucks. That's a bummer. Oh my god.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Beth, you've been so there's this show called 6 Feet Under that I showed it's a fantastic show on HBO that aired from like 2000 to 2005 or something like that. And I've showed it to Beth because I love it and I own the whole series, and she recently started like picked it back up from where she had been. And every single episode like starts with like the death of a person.
Oh wow!
And then it says
it's about a family who owns a funeral home.
Yeah,
and they live in it's a house on top of like the morgue and stuff.
It's an old school like mortuary, so they live in the same building that
and people will have like funerals there.
It's a fantastic show.
It's
highly
so
recommend
good,
it,
but it's so dark.
It is. But every episode it starts with a death, and some of them are hilarious because it's so they run the gamut. Like some of them are tragic, some of them are hilarious, some of them are mundane. Like they do it all. They show it all. Like one guy's death, Beth was watching it, so I saw it and was reminded of it. This guy's like putting out the trash, putting out the recycling, has a heart attack, dies. There's this woman is in the bathtub and her cat knocks like her curling iron or whatever into the bathtub. She's electrocuted.
There's one where a lady's like walking on a golf course and she gets hit in the head with a golf ball. And then every time I'm walking my dog on the golf course, I'm like, oh my god, my brain!
There's literally anything can kill a person. Given the right context. I mean, like, and that's why, like, if you truly like grasp that thought and like hug it tight, then like life is great because nothing is more threatening than anything else. Like, you can die at any time. Enjoy now, right now. Like, and then you don't have to worry.
Yeah, I agree.
I still die.
So
don't think about it. That's the point. Don't think about it because you will die.
No, I'm not. I didn't finish the sentence. Okay. I don't want to die like in a dumb way.
Fair enough, but stop thinking about it right now.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying.
Okay, so you're both choosing bears. Is the end of that?
Because if I have a choice, that's more interesting.
Yeah,
right.
Being crushed by a boat is so boring and lame,
and it's also terrible and slow. Whereas a bear, at least you can be like, I'm fighting this bear and it's eating me, but like I'm fighting.
And also just
then you just go into shock.
Also, a bear like biting my flesh away as I die is just inherently more interesting because there's more going on.
Yeah.
Like a boat is just me stuck with my stinky breath. You know what I mean? Like a bear is just inherently more interesting. It's more active. It's more everything. There's more life going on as I die. It's inherently more complicated. A boat is just like, oh fuck, yeah, I'm dying right now. Mm-hmm. Like a bear is like, oh my god!
There's a bear!
It's just inherently more...
Where did you come from?
Right. Oh, right, I was living with you. Why is there a bear here in this bear cave while I was sleeping? My god! It's so surprising.
You're closing up shop at Town Square and there's
just a bear. You're just like, what the fuck? It's like
when... isn't for another month.
It's oh my god. It's like those videos of like deers coming into like convenience stores and they get like trapped because the automatic doors open and they come inside and then they get freaked out because they're like, oh my god, there's people in here, and they're like kicking shelves over. And you're like, oh my god, there's a deer in here. I mean, a deer could probably still fuck you up, like break your leg or something, or
whatever. I'm scared of kangaroos.
Yeah, kangaroos are fucking crazy. Okay? Like, they're like,
I've never seen abs on an animal before.
Except for kangaroos. Yeah, they're crazy.
Why do they have abs?
Don't fuck with them. Yeah, kangaroos are pretty crazy. I watched a show on Netflix that was like 72 Dangerous Animals Australia, and one of them was totally kangaroos. And this guy, it's not funny. He was like running and got attacked by a kangaroo in Australia.
Like just out for a run?
Yeah, he was like out for a run or whatever. He was like walking home or whatever, and this kangaroo was just like, I'm gonna fucking fight you. And just like fucked him up real bad. Wow. And he survived. Like everybody, they always like talk to somebody who survived like the attack. And of course, people have died from stuff.
There's this video of
kangaroos.
An Australian biker who's just biking along the road. Then he comes to a group of kangaroos. They'll just stop and look at him.
Oh my god! Just turn around and bike the other way.
No, he just keeps going.
Oh my god!
None of them move. They just look at him the entire time.
Stare at him. Yeah. That's even more terrifying.
And like, have you heard of the emu war?
On the war on emus?
Yeah.
No.
The emu population in Australia just got so out of control.
Oh, like it's crazy high.
Yeah, and the government sent the military to take care of it.
Kill emus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They did not kill a single one.
Yeah, because emus are fucking crazy. Everything in Australia is crazy.
Like they sent the military to fight emus, and the emus won.
It's like everything in Australia is like, oh, it's just a really big bird on cocaine. Like we gave these birds, bath salts, and now they're gonna try and fucking murder you.
And like, there's like Australian solutions to getting rid of an animal is to bring in another animal, and that never goes well.
No, that goes terrible.
Like, I think they did that like 3 times.
Yeah, I bet they did.
Before they realized,
like, this doesn't seem to be working. Like kangaroos, it's like, hey, they're just like really big, kind of weird marsupials. Except they're like on bath salts, and they're gonna fucking punch you in the fucking nose. And they have claws.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, like. So they're just like scratching you and also kicking you in the fucking guts. Like, terrible. Just terrible. Fucking Australia. I would like to go there someday. But all the animals just trying to fucking murder you. All of them.
I see someone made a post on some kind of social media, I can't remember which one it was, but that you're more, like it was an Australian who was saying that you're more likely to be killed by a drunk homeless man high on coke than you are by any Australian animal.
I just don't believe that.
Is that like worldwide statistics?
No,
because then that makes sense.
So like it's by an Australian.
Like in Australia. Yeah. I mean, Australia is a really big continent.
And it's hardly like any people on it.
Like in the middle, it's like all empty.
Yeah.
And that's probably where the majority of like your wildlife is going to be, of course.
I mean,
so like all around the coast is going to be like populated.
You're more likely to die by way of being kicked by a donkey than by dying in an airplane crash.
That's true.
So, I guess. Think about that.
Yeah, that's true. Or like sharks kill one human for every 10,000 sharks that we kill. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And sharks are the monster. Yeah. It's sharks. Yeah. Everybody.
Or like think about like we fear like certain spider bites and stuff.
Yeah.
But like we wipe out spiders.
We bite 3 times as many spiders as they bite us.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, actually in some countries, yeah.
Or think of how many spiders we poison.
Yeah.
By way of chemicals.
Yes.
Like we are God complaining about anything less than God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
yep.
we have it better than anything else.
Yeah.
Yep. Totally.
And but like there's always something that can kill us because there always will be. Because even if there just always will be, I think there just always is something.
Yeah.
Like even if you cure 1,000 diseases and come up with like solutions for a million things, there's something else that you didn't think of, or something new that was created because you changed things. So,
Yeah.
like, there's always something that can kill you, and that's just the way life is. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
Life finds a way, and
death
so does
finds a
death.
way. Yeah, and I
my
like
God.
it. I
It's
like
beautiful.
that fact.
It's perfect.
Jeez.
Good stuff, guys.
We just answered all of life's questions. All of them. You're welcome. Bears and boats.
You ever like just take a moment and like look back, like think back to where things began?
Like for life?
For the conversation.
Oh, I was like life? Or...
It started with Kanye.
I know, right? Right? Bears and boats, everybody. You're welcome. I think it's maybe my last point about bears is I think it's maybe more dangerous bringing like exotic, undomesticated animals into your home than it is like going out into the wilderness and like seeing that creature. Because like going out in the wilderness and like you see like a deer, like that deer's not just gonna instantly fuck you up. Or like seeing a snake that's poisonous, it's not just gonna be like, hey man, I'm gonna fucking bite you. Like it's always like a surprise thing. Like a bear doesn't like go out hunting for a human.
Gosh.
Like I
feel like we might lose that.
Right, we would definitely lose. It's always like a weird happenstance, like crazy accident, a man living with fucking bears or whatever, or a snake, like, surprise, like bites you or whatever.
Loki, no.
Exactly. It's always Loki. He's always all the snakes. But bringing like an undomesticated animal into your home or into like society is like, I in my opinion, I think it would always be 100 times more dangerous. Shit, that gorilla that they fucking murdered in the zoo because...
Oh, the kid?
Yeah, with the kid. And then they shot him. Zoos. Fuck zoos. Mm-hmm. But I think it's just more dangerous, like bringing animals into a domesticated society and then expecting them to behave the way we want and then being surprised when people get injured or things don't go the way we want is pretty fucking stupid. So, like, that guy going out in the wilderness and living with bears peacefully for years is, like, pretty amazing.
Yeah.
If he had brought a bear into his home, I bet he would have been dead within a week.
Well, see, I don't think that people, like, bring, like, grown animals into their home.
It's always, like, a cub or a baby. And they're like, now I have a wolf as a pet. I'm like, no, you don't. You have a murderer as a pet because that wolf is going to fucking murder you at some point. and everyone will be like, yup.
Do you guys know the story about the scorpion and the frog?
Yes.
Is this like a telltale? Or...
Yeah, basically. Yeah, like a parable almost, basically. And there's other versions of it. There's like a native
scorpion in the...
There's a Native American version of like a rattlesnake and like a human woman, I think. But like the scorpion and the frog is the story about this frog basically like helps this scorpion across,
and it just stings a frog.
Yeah,
halfway through, and they both drown.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. And the frog is just kind of like, well, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
And the scorpion's like, what'd you expect? I'm a fucking scorpion.
Yeah.
And that's like a super great, like simplistic parable.
Fucking scorpion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. I mean, people bringing exotic animals into their homes or even domesticated animals and then expecting them to act like humans, like expecting them to not act like animals is fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
And then people get, bit by their snake, or like there was like a fad where people would keep like poisonous lizards.
Why?
And then they would inevitably get bit by this poisonous lizard and have to go to the fucking hospital and get like super sick. And they were like, what did you expect? Like, what did you expect? Like, and in most countries with any amount of like domesticated dogs or undomesticated, like dog bites are like one of the like number one like causes of death in all those countries. And it's like, yeah, what the fuck did you expect? Like, you brought somewhat domesticated wolves into our society, and then you expected them to act like domesticated humans. Like, you expected them to just, like, act like, oh, you're just, like, a fuzzy pet. You're just, like, a fuzzy rabbit that's gonna, like, sit on my lap. Rabbits are also weird. Don't keep rabbits. They're weird.
You don't like dogs, do you?
No, I love dogs. I love dogs. I hate people.
We own 2 dogs.
I have 2 dogs. I love dogs. I think people are the problem. I think it's always people. Dogs are just being dogs. They only know how to be dogs.
Yeah.
And it's people, like, we get in the way and expect them to be something other than dogs.
Yeah.
Other than, several generations, hundreds of generations of wolves. And we expect them to be humans. That's what we want. We want them to act like humans. Or act like a piece of art. Like, oh, I have this dog. No, you have a living creature that could, inevitably hurt you. Like, could hurt you. But people accept that, like, cats, like, they're like, oh, I have a cat, and my cat just, like, scratched the fuck out of me. Mm-hmm. People are like, I'm fine with it. Like, it's just what cats do, because cats are much less domesticated than dogs are. But dogs, like, a dog bites you, and they're like, oh my God. And I'm not saying that that's okay. I'm just saying, like, people react so much differently when it comes to dogs versus cats, or like a horse kicks you and they're like, well, yeah, it's a horse. What did you expect if you're going to do this thing? Yeah. But dogs bite someone for a reason of like, you invaded this animal's space. It's an animal at the end of the day, and you didn't treat it with respect. So what did you expect to happen? Yeah. So just saying, it's my soapbox of domesticated animals. And a soapbox. Don't keep bears in your beds, guys.
Or boats.
Or boats. I guess if you sleep in boats, but don't keep boats in your beds. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's like the same thing with like men. Like keep men in your... Not in your beds, but...
In your bed, but not your boats?
Yes. I think that's maybe... Yeah.
I have no idea. I think the saying goes, keep your bears off of your boats. Keep your men out of your beds.
Yeah.
Be an independent woman. Keep that bear out of your boat.
Keep that bear out of your boat. That's our new sign off. We're going to be remember folks, keep those bears out of your boats.
Bears and boats equals a bad time.
I want to start a petition to call Steve Stefan.
But that's, no.
For the rest of his life.
He's not French.
I don't think Stefan is either.
I don't think you need a petition. I think
people would just do it.
I think you could just mildly, influence people. And they'll start doing it.
There you go.
All right. Keep your bears out of your boats, folks.
And
I'm gonna say that to everybody now.
Why?
Keep your bears out of your boats.
It's fucking awesome.
Don't mix business and pleasure. Don't mix
your bears and your boats.
And also don't mix boats or bears with pleasure.
Exactly. Well,
I mean, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Good night, everyone. Travel safe on the roads. Timmy, we're with you in your time of need.
Who is this Timmy?
I have no idea.
Why do you know him so well?
I just care about him. He's a good kid.
No one cares about you, Timmy.
Timmy would care about you. You're a good kid. I'm sorry about what happened between you and Ariana. We're gonna play another song now, and this is gonna get you through those hard times. Yeah.